You need to tell the truth. You do not need to be skirting around it, trying to smile and do all that stuff. Because, yeah, I can be a really cool judge, but I can.
This is a classic courtroom power move. The judge is setting the tone early, basically saying, be honest now, or this gets a lot worse later. Judges do this to test credibility right out of the gate. First impressions matter a lot in court.
Can also be your worst nightmare.
Hopefully the court has now received a copy of the plea sheet and the advice.
I do. The plea sheet indicates that she is going to be pleaded guilty to 2 counts: refusal to obey a traffic order and false identification to a police officer. Upon her successful plea to those counts 2 and 3, both of those 90-day misdemeanors, count 1 would then be dismissed. That is the court's full understanding of duty.
It is a complete agreement, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Okay, let's see if we can do this time. Anybody else you need to talk to?
Nope.
No? All right. Raise your right hand and say verse 4.
You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your name.
Tamara Haskell.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Remember, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to 2 charges. The first charge is the added count 2 of refusal to obey a traffic order. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days and or a $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
The other is false identification to a police officer.
Quick legal breakdown here. She's pleading guilty, but this judge won't sentence her. That means today is about facts and procedure, not punishment yet. Still, everything she says right now can absolutely shape what happens next.
Officer, that is also a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand also that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court.
Yes.
Okay. Now, understanding all of that, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
To the charge of refusal to obey a traffic order, how do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of false ID to a police officer, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form, is that correct?
Yes.
Any question about those rights? No? Look at paragraph 5. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes.
Of your own free will?
Yes.
This is such an unexpected moment. The defendant basically compliments the judge mid-hearing, and the courtroom energy completely shifts. You almost never see this kind of human back and forth during a plea.
Because you believe that you're guilty of these offenses?
Yes.
July 12th. What'd you say? What'd you say?
You were actually a cool judge. Like you scared me when you said somebody else gonna be my judge.
I scared you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know these people.
She said you scared her when you told her someone else might be her judge.
Really?
Yeah, she wanted you.
Yeah.
Why me?
Yeah, you cool.
I am?
Cool, yeah.
I gotta stop that. Well, let me just tell you, I have great respect for my colleagues. My colleague, Judge Washington, she's a cool judge. She's all right. Not as nice as I am, but
You not
okay.
all
No,
right.
go
You not
ahead.
all grumpy and mad. Like
What?
you not all grumpy and mad. You would let us talk. You know, you let us say. I never seen a judge like that. Like I don't know. And I watch a lot of movies, so it'd be like.
So you think I ought to be grumpy?
Yeah, basically changed my whole perception of court.
I changed your perception of court?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'll never be back.
No. All right. Maybe not on purpose. Something tells me you're going to be back. Go.
No.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for those kind words. I do appreciate it. It doesn't fall on deaf ears. All right, young lady. I don't know. How far did we get? All the way through?
Yeah.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
And also because you believe that you're guilty?
Yes.
All right. On July 23rd, 2024, at the location of North Ford Boulevard and East Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. What'd you do on that date that makes you think that you're guilty?
The officer asked me what's my name, and I didn't give him my real identity because I didn't give him my real identity.
All right. And were you driving?
No.
Okay. How am I getting to the other charge?
Of the failure to wear a seatbelt, Your Honor. She did not lawfully comply with the order of the officer to put her seatbelt on.
Oh, who told her to put a seatbelt on?
The police officer, Your Honor.
Here's where things get messy. Her story starts to ramble, details change, and now the court has to figure out what actually supports the charges. In legal terms, this is the judge searching for a factual basis, and it's absolutely required before accepting a plea.
Oh, so when they were leaving.
I think that's how you can get there, Your Honor.
Pardon?
I think that's how you can get there. What do you think? No?
So when they were leaving, she was told to put her seatbelt on and she refused to put her seatbelt.
Correct, Your Honor. Won't happen again, Judge.
That didn't happen. It didn't happen. He came to the car. He said, "You don't have on the seatbelt." So I put the seatbelt on, and he said, "That's not the right way." So as I was trying to take it off, he said, "Oh, what's your name?" So it was like, and I'm not from Ypsilanti. I came to Ypsilanti because my sister is here. A lot of stuff happened in my life. So it was just crazy. Like I was on my way to work, literally on my way to work. And my boss was driving. He had license and everything, so they couldn't mess with him.
I think he's just trying to figure out how he.
Well, it's interesting to hear all that.
Because I don't really know what this, because it's like the officer came to the car. It was one officer at my boss window, and it was the officer at my window. And he like, "Oh, you don't got a seatbelt," so I put it on. But you know how I put it on, he said that was the wrong way. So he told me to click it in, like take it off and click it in. And I put the seatbelt on, and he asked me for my name, but I didn't give him my real name. And that's how I ended up in a police car, because he said I couldn't leave until he gave my real name. And I gave him, that's when I just said, okay, my real name is Tamara.
Or perhaps the court might take the plea to the higher charge.
What was the resisting?
After the defendant was arrested, she did not obey lawful orders to get into the car.
Why was she arrested?
Your Honor, can we approach?
Well, right after I get my question answered.
Yes.
Why was she arrested?
My understanding is that she was arrested after she refused to identify herself and had warrants. The report says multiple warrants.
Okay.
I believe she was arrested for giving a false ID to the police officers just while having active warrants.
Yes.
They were trying to take her into custody for, Your Honor.
Correct.
And there was something that happened when she was trying to be taken into custody?
She refused to get into the car, is my understanding, Your Honor.
Yes. The police.
When the judge says, "That's just stupidity," I don't know that that's a crime. That's huge. Judges don't mince words. He's signaling skepticism about whether the higher charge actually fits the behavior.
Vehicle.
Is that what happened, young lady?
Nope. But it's like I can't really fight. I don't want to fight with the police. I don't want to argue with the police. I don't want to.
That's what the report indicates, Your
Well,
Honor.
Yeah, that's what the report says. So it's like I don't want to fight. I don't know how Washington or come. I don't know.
Well, don't come up in here insulting my county. But I'm just trying to figure out. Certainly, I can take the plea to the higher charge. I'm just trying to figure out what she did that would constitute the higher charge.
I believe giving a false ID would be the obstructing a police officer in his lawful duties, Your Honor.
She also, when the police pulled the vehicle over, she was passenger and the seatbelt was buckled, but she was not between the seatbelt and the seat. It was buckled behind her. That's how the seatbelt piece of it came to me.
Okay, that's just stupidity. I don't know that that's a crime.
Glad to pass it, Your Honor.
Pardon?
Glad to pass it or adjourn it, Your Honor.
Okay, look, I don't mind, and let me just make it clear. Somebody says something to me, she tells me that's not what happened. And she's the one that's got to give me the factual basis to it. I'm not hearing, and maybe it's me, but I'm not hearing anything that constitutes the resisting and obstructing to the higher charge to go to the lower charge. I get the false ID. I'm trying to figure out what else. And then I'll pass it. I'll call that up in the next block. You guys figure it out. Court to stand in recess.
I've spoken to my client, Judge. We've discussed the factual basis, and I think she prepared those facts on the record to facilitate the plea, Your Honor.
All right. I was satisfied as to I think count 3, the false ID, but what happened where you disobeyed a traffic order?
The officer asked me to get in the car and I didn't apply.
And you didn't what?
I didn't comply. So.
And it was a little bit more than that too, right?
Tell me what you told me, what we discussed.
The officer asked me to get in the car. I asked him, can I sit down? So I asked him, can I sit down and breathe? So I read my arrest.
You didn't follow his command.
Yeah, I didn't follow his command. I didn't follow the officer.
All right.
I can help if you need more, Judge. I can help if you need.
Please.
Thank you, Judge. At the time of this incident, there was an officer in full uniform. Mm-hmm. And that officer attempted to have you move towards his squad car. Mm-hmm. That's a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And that was an SUV?
Yes.
Oh, all right. It was a marked police SUV.
Yes.
And he told you at some point, he opened the door and he told you to get into the vehicle.
Yes.
And at that time, you told him no. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then his arm grabbed your arm and he tried to help you move towards that door, and you pulled back from that officer. Is that also correct?
Yes.
And so that officer was doing his lawful duties, trying to get you into the car to identify you, and you refused his lawful commands. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, for the record, Mr. Feaster's questioning alluded to it a little bit, but for the record, to clarify the timeline of events, the defendant was asked to identify herself, gave a false name with no return when the police tried to identify that name and find a record of it, was then arrested.
This is the real warning shot. The judge keeps the case and makes it clear. Honesty from this point forward is non-negotiable. At sentencing, judges remember everything, and probation officers report everything.
And was going to be placed in the back of the car until she could be identified, at which time the resisting happened. And then was later identified and was found to have warrants.
Got it. And that's all accurate as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Is all of that correct?
Oh, yes.
How come you didn't tell me that the first time?
I didn't know how to explain all that. I mean, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. Honestly, I don't know.
You need to stop there. You know exactly what happened. Yeah. Court's complied with the court rule. Court will accept the defendant's guilty plea to counts 2 and 3. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14A1 probation. Sentencing in this matter will be before me.
October 23rd at 9 a.m.
October 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. Now, young lady, I'm going to tell you this. I called Judge Washington. I'm keeping this case. And I'm going to explain something to you about how I work, and Mr. Feaster will tell you. When you're asked a question, you need to tell the truth. You do not need to be skirting around it. trying to smile and do all that stuff. Because, yeah, I can be a really cool judge, but I can also be your worst nightmare, especially if you lie to me. Look at me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Can I say something though?
No.
Oh.
Just listen.
So between now and then, and when you talk to my probation department, I'd suggest that you understand how you should tell the truth. Because Miss Polera, when you meet with her, if she thinks you're lying to her, I will know immediately. And you do not want that to happen. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Ms. Gibb, please introduce yourself to the court.
My name is Annika Skibb.
Yes, I mispronounce it every time.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for pretrial and violation of bond. As to the, would the court prefer to address the bond violation first?
Hold on a second. Got it. Okay, go ahead.
Would the court prefer to address the bond violation first or the pretrial?
Bond violation.
Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Gibb is not going to contest the violation. She is going to admit the violation for drinking and testing positive on the silver link.
And Skip, why?
Your Honor, I'm very ashamed because this mistake was absolutely not indicative of the work I've been putting in the last few months, regularly attending meetings, and I'm very involved in the AA community in this area. I did an assessment by First Step Referral Services and was advised to complete inpatient treatment, and this is not at all acceptable, but the idea of having to be away from my son and the stress of this case on me, I allowed it to get to me, and when I messed up, I panicked, but I am currently at Dawn Farm.
Do I have the violation?
And it is the 90-day program, correct? Yeah, so she's in the gold standard, the big one.
Well, I'm looking for my copy of the. How much were you drinking?
The day of the 20th, so the first day, I believe I had
The day of the 20th?
The day of the 20th is when I thought the report was sent from, Your Honor.
No, Ms. Gibb, have you seen the bond violation report?
I have not.
Have you had a chance to look at it? We discussed it, Judge, but we haven't.
Sorry, I was thinking about the 18th, Your Honor.
Yes,
On the 18th,
Yes.
you blew a .12.
I had 2 drinks. Was immediately after, I believe so. I had, I believe, 2 drinks, possibly 3. I don't remember exactly.
Immediately after that, basically through that was at 10:33 when you blew those numbers. And then basically into the early morning of the 19th, you missed your testing.
Correct.
Are you indicating to me on the 18th, you had 2 drinks?
No, Your Honor, I'm saying I don't remember how many. I believe it was 2 right before breathalyzing. I believe it was.
And then how many did you have after that?
Again, I don't know. Was a few drinks the next day as well.
What?
It was at least a few drinks the next day as well. I don't remember exactly how many, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I didn't measure.
Because then at 2 o'clock that next day, PM, you blow a .09.
Correct, Your Honor. Like I said, I panicked and I was drinking for the next day, so.
You kept not retesting as it's required. And then by 9 o'clock that night, you blew a .267. Mr. Allen. And you say now you're in treatment?
Yes, I'm currently at Dawn Farm and I was in jail for 6 days.
Anything else you want to say?
Your Honor, Ms. Skip has been very honest and open with me about this and about her problems with her drinking. She is at, like I said, she is at Dawn Farm. From my understanding, I believe it is going to be effective, and correct me if I'm wrong, eager to get back on track. She is deeply regretful and remorseful of her mistakes. She's been honest with me the whole time, and I don't believe she's tried to hide this at any point. But we are asking that, Your Honor, that she be allowed to return to Dawn Farm rather than the custody of the county today.
And then what will I do with her?
I suppose see what happens at Dawn Farm after 90 days. She is inpatient. It is inpatient, Judge, if that makes sense.
Do I have it?
I'm sorry.
Do you have proof of that?
We don't have any. Do you have the written documentation here right now?
I have, so I have documentation from the farm with me. I also signed a legal release of information to Mr. Bradell on Monday when I was admitted. I also
right
have
now I don't have anything.
a peer with me that's from the farm that is also with me. If possible, we can call the farm. Whatever proof is needed, I will be able to get to you today. I didn't realize that I needed more than the legal release of information.
Well, somehow or another, that information has got to get to me, but this, based upon the violation that I see, defendant's bond is revoked. I'm going to remand her to the Washington County Jail. I'll set it out 1 week during the sentencing and review that, but right now it's revoked. Defendant's remanded.
Understand.